Hello students, I'm Sonali Kelkar from City International School, and today we are going to learn more about light reflection and refraction. Okay, so before I start the topic, let's have a recap of what we did in the last session. So what is a light? It is a form of an energy. Speed of a light 3.8, 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now what is reflection? The light incident on the polished surface gets reflected back into the same direction is known as reflection. Then we did two laws of reflection, right? The first law says angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection, and the second law says the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lies on the same plane. So this plane is nothing but over here the plane of a paper, and if I am writing on the board, then it will be a plane of a board. Now coming to the plane mirror, we did images on plane mirror. Images on plane mirror are virtual and erect. What about the size of the image on plane mirror? The size of the image and the size of the object are same on plane mirror. Images are laterally inverted in plane mirror. The images formed at the same distance behind the mirror. That means the distance between the mirror and the image and the distance between the mirror and the object is same. Okay. Then let us come to the magnification of plane mirror. Magnification of plane mirror is +1. Okay. So 1 stands for size of an object and the image is same. 1 says that the size of an object and the size of the image is same. Okay, we know that the size of the object and image is same in plane mirror. Now what is plus stands for? Plus stands for that the mirror is that the image is virtual and erect. Okay, and negative, I think negative will stands for the image is real and virtual. I think you all must be knowing it. Okay, now let's coming to the spherical mirror. So we are going to pay more attention on spherical mirror. So there are two types of spherical mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. In case of concave mirror, the rays after reflects get converge at a particular point. So this is point of focus. Okay, they converge.
Rays gets converted.
नहीं converted नहीं है, converge. Converge.
परत चालू कर 1-2 सेकंड नंतर. आणि तू खूप फास्ट बोलून राहिली आहे.
मला ही recap है.
अरे तरी खूप फास्ट बोलती आहे.
Okay. Spherical mirrors are of two types, concave mirror and convex mirror. In case of concave mirror, rays after reflection they converge at a particular point. So we also call concave mirror as converging mirror. Okay, the inner side of the mirror, that is the cave or the curved side of the mirror, is the reflecting surface, while the bulged part is the polished surface. So polished surface, we put the slanting lines to show that the surface is polished. Now coming to the convex mirror, in case of convex mirror, the bulged part, now here the bulged part is the reflecting surface and the inner part is the polished surface. As you can see here, the rays are not converging, they are diverging from the point of reflection. So we call them diverging mirror. Now let's do the terms used in spherical mirror. Here we know that spherical mirror is a part of a hollow sphere. See, I have taken only this part of a mirror. So if I just continue with this, I can see that, or you can see that it is a part of a hollow spherical thing. Clear? So let's complete it and then we can understand these terms very well. Okay, now if you see, the first term is C. This is center of curvature. Center of curvature is nothing but the center of the hollow sphere. Clear? Now what is P? P is a pole. This is a center of the reflecting surface. Now between C and P, let's take the distance between C and P is 4 cm here. Then F is half of C and P. Your F is equals to half of C and P. C and P, half of C and P, half of the length of C and P, center of curvature and pole. Now what is the distance between F and P is called, it is called focal length. Clear? And the distance between C and P is called radius of curvature. Now focal length, as you can see here, focal length is denoted by small f, which is half of the radius of curvature. If C and P is about 4 centimeter, then focal length will be 2 centimeter. Clear? Now coming to the rules for image formation. Now these rules are very important, students, as I have discussed in last session, but still I want to discuss these rules before I start making our images, right? So first rule says that if a light, now in case of ray diagram, we are taking only two rays, because two rays when converge or when they will meet at a particular point, they form an image. So two rays are very important to take. I can't form an image just by one ray. Clear? Now let's have a look at the first rule. The first rule says that if a ray is parallel to the axis, principle of axis, this is principle of axis, here the principle of axis, right? If a ray is parallel to the principle of axis, after reflecting it will go from the focus. Okay. The second says if a ray is passing through the focus, after reflection it will be parallel to the principal axis. So the rule 1 and rule 2 are exactly opposite to each other. Clear? I am repeating it one more time. Rule 1 says if a ray is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passes through the focus. Rule 2 says if a ray is passing through the focus, so after the reflection it will be the parallel to principle of axis. Okay. Now coming to the rule 3, if a ray is passing through the center of curvature, here is the center of curvature, a ray passing through the center of curvature, after reflection it will continue in the same path, that means it will pass through the center of curvature. Here is the fourth rule, where if a ray is inclined to the pole, this is a pole. Clear? If a ray is inclined to the pole, after the reflection it will go in the same medium, making the same angle with P. Okay, so this angle and this angle is same, these two angles are same. Clear? Now coming to the images formed by the concave mirror. Okay, in the first case I have taken that object is at infinity. Now here the object is at infinity and this is my concave mirror. You can draw a concave mirror as a straight line, because this particular part is a very small portion of this part. Okay, so we can draw it a straight line and then at the end you can just make two curves, right? So let's start drawing this diagram. So let's start with the object. When the object is at infinity, what will happen? You have to take parallel rays. When the object is at infinity, you have to take two parallel rays here. As we know that when the rays are parallel to the principal axis, they will pass through the focus. So this is my center of curvature and this is my focus. This is my focus. I will advise you one thing, children. First you draw the diagram and then you mark or then you label the diagram. Okay, mark the different points on the diagram. Clear? So this is center of curvature, focus and P. What I have taken here, C and P is 4 centimeter and focus is at 2 centimeter. So this is what I have taken, and I have taken the length of an object as 1.5 centimeter. If you want to take like this, you can do. Okay, now let's see the nature of image. Here the nature of image, you can see okay, after the rays get reflecting back, wherever they meet, the image is going to form there. Okay, so What is the nature of image here? The nature of image is real and inverted. Children, this is very important that in concave mirror, except the one diagram where the object is placed between the focus and pole, except that diagram, all the images are real and inverted. First thing. And the second point which you have to note is real and inverted, these 2 points goes hand in hand. Okay, so real and inverted, highly diminished. As you can see, this is a point size object. It is very diminished. Okay, and let's see the position of the image. Position of the image is at F. I'm writing capital F, that means focus. I'm not writing the whole word. So position of image is at F. I'm repeating it one more time. When the rays are coming from the object which is at infinity, you have to show the 2 rays coming which are parallel on either side of principal of axis, right? After these rays are bouncing to the mirror, they are bouncing back and passing through the focus. Here the 2 rays are passing through the focus. Wherever these 2 rays are meeting, they are forming an image. In this case, they are meeting at focus, so image is formed at focus. Now coming to the second point. The second image is your object is at your object is beyond C. Okay, so I have drawn an object beyond C. This object, length of the object 1.5 centimeter. I have told you before. Let's draw 2 rays from this object. This ray is parallel to the principal axis, from where it will go. Then if a ray is parallel to the principal axis, it will definitely pass through the focus, right? The first ray is drawn and the second ray is now passing through the focus. So here you have to apply the second rule. The ray is passing through the focus, so it will be parallel to the principal axis. Now as we can see here, the rays are meeting over here, so object is formed here. Now let me label the object. The object is A and B over here, sorry, and the image formed here is A dash and B dash. So let's see how is the image. First we see the nature of the image. As I can see, it is real and inverted. Now why they are real? Because the rays are actually meeting at a point. Okay, the image is real when the rays are actually meeting at a point. Here I can see that rays are getting reflect and meeting at a particular point, so image is formed at this point. So it is real and inverted. Okay, and the second is it is diminished. Diminished means small in size. Okay, now let's see the position of an image. The position of an image is between C and F. So I'll write between C, that is center of curvature, and F. Okay, now let's come to the next image. Right, here the object is at C. This is a very important point. This is a very important image or the ray diagram from the point of view of exam. Usually the question is asked on this ray diagram. Okay, now let's see. Let's draw a principal axis. Okay. Mirror. Object is at C, that means object is at center of curvature. Clear, students? Object is at center of curvature, 1.5 centimeter I have taken. Now the first ray that is reflecting from the object is parallel to the principal axis, so it has to go through the focus, right? So I have drawn a ray which is going through focus. Now the second ray is passing through the focus, so after reflecting back from the image, it will be parallel to the principal axis. As we can see, these 2 rays are meeting over here. So an image is formed here at this point. Object is named A and B, image is named A dash B dash. Okay. Okay, this is center of curvature, focus. This is your pole. This is mirror. You have to show the polish size. Now let's see the nature of image. Okay, so image is, the rays are actually meeting, so image is real and inverted. How is the image? Same size of an object, so I will write same size that of object. What about the position of the image? Position of the image is at C, that means at center of curvature. Here you can see one thing, when the object was far, okay, when the object was quite far, the image formed was at F. When the object is coming near, that is when the object is coming at beyond C, the image is moving towards the left hand side. The image is forming between C and F, and when the object is at C, the image is formed at C. So object is coming towards your right hand side and image is forming towards your left hand side, right? Okay, so let's see, children, what happened when the object is between center of the curvature and focus. Okay, so when the object is between center of the curvature and focus, let's see. Fine, so I have drawn an object between center of curvature and focus. The line is, one ray is going through the object after reflecting back, which is parallel to the principle of axis. After reflecting back, it is going through the focus. Okay, now what about the second ray? The second ray is going through the focus and after reflecting back, it is parallel to the principle of axis. So these two rays are meeting over here. So wherever the reflected rays meet, the image is formed there. Okay, so these are something very important thing which you should always keep in your mind before you draw an image. Okay, so here the object is drawn because they are meeting really. Okay, so the object will be real and inverted. So I have drawn an object here. Fine. Name the object. Sorry, it is an image. I'm so sorry. It's an image. You have to label the object as well as image. The object is A and B, and the image will be A dash and B dash. Okay. As you can see from this ray diagram, the image is quite enlarged as compared to the object. Okay, and it is inverted. So nature of the image, what are we going to write? Real and inverted. Why do we call real? Because rays are actually meeting. Okay, and then what about the size? It is enlarged. It is more than the size of an object. Now what about the position of an image? Position of image is beyond C. C is center of curvature. Clear? So as you can see in these 4 diagrams, that when the object is coming towards the mirror, the image are going away from the mirror. The position of images are formed far from the mirror. Their images are moving away from the mirror. Images are not moving. In fact, they are formed, okay, away from mirror as the object is coming towards the mirror. So these two things are going in an opposite way. Okay. So let's see what about the object when it placed at the focus. So when the object it has focus, let's draw a ray diagram. This is the reflected surface. As I told you, just curve the corners so that you get a perfect image. Here the object is as focus. This is a center of curvature. This is focus. I have taken C and P. The distance between C and P is 4 and the focus is at 2 centimeter, right? Now when the object is as focus, let's draw a ray passing. Let's draw a ray coming from the object, okay, which is parallel to the principal axis. After reflecting back, you can see it is passing through the focus. And the next ray, this is a little change over here in this diagram. The next ray is passing through the center of curvature. A next ray which is arising from the object, it is passing through the center of curvature. This is the peculiar characteristic of this particular diagram. Okay. Now as you can see here that rays are almost parallel to each other, but it is assumed that far and at infinity these rays are meeting and the image is formed over there, because they will going to meet actually. So image is real and inverted. Clear? And this is highly enlarged image. Highly enlarged. This image are highly enlarged and the position of the image will be infinity. Okay. Now coming to the next part. Let's see what happens when the object is placed between the focus and the pole. Let's draw a mirror. The midpoint is pole, the principal axis. Here. And the object is between focus and pole. Let me draw an object between focus and pole. Okay, the ray which is coming out from an object, okay, it will fall on the mirror and it will reflect back. So you have to put arrows, reflect back, and the second ray coming from the object is again passing through the center of curvature. This ray is passing through the center of curvature. Clear? So when the ray is passing through the center of curvature, and over here these two rays, let us draw these two rays behind the mirror, because you see these rays are diverging, they will not meet, they can never meet. So we need to, okay, extend behind the mirror so that they meet behind the mirror and an image can be formed over there. So let's extend this. So here we can see that I have extended this rays behind the mirror, and these rays are seen to meet behind the mirror. They are not meeting actually. So object, as you can see, the object is different here. Sorry, the image is different over, the image formed over here is quite different. Okay, now what about the nature of image? See, the nature of image is virtual, because the rays are not meeting actually, and erect. Okay, the image is upright. Okay. What about the size of image? It is enlarged. What about the position? Behind the mirror. So children, we have done all the ray diagrams of concave mirror. These all ray diagrams are very important, especially the nature of the image and the position of the image is very important. It is important to draw the diagram. That is why I have used the scale over here and have drawn all the diagrams to show you how to draw these diagrams, so you can practice this drawing of the diagram with this video. Let's see now what are the uses of concave mirror. It is used by dentists. See, whenever an object is to be seen enlarged way, in that case मैं यूजर से शुरू कर रहा हूँ. Now let's
फालतूचे आवाज काढल्यानंतर जरा एक पॉज घेत जा, नाही तर कट नाही करता येत ते. खोकला आला, घसा साफ केला, एक 10 सेकंदाचा पॉज घेत जा.
Now let's see the uses of concave mirror. Concave mirror is used by dentists. It is also used as a shaving mirror. Why we are using over here? Because we want to see an enlarged image of an object. Whenever you want to see the enlarged and erect image of an object, the concave mirror is used over there. So you need the object to be placed near to the, or the mirror should be placed near to the object, so that the object falls between the focal, between the focus and the pole of a mirror. So it is also used by ophthalmologist.
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 Ophthalmologist. It is also used by ophthalmologist.
Ophthalmologist.
Okay. It concentrates sunlight to produce heat. As we know that the rays of concave mirror converge at a particular point. They meet at a particular point. So we can converge the sunlight and we can produce heat out of this. Okay. They are also used in search light. So this is all about concave mirror. Student, practice these diagrams which I have taught you today, and thank you so much.